everybody. Happy New Year. This is the first video of 2025, and it is a mail call from Diecast Car Guru. Now, I'm actually opening this New Year's Eve, but I'm not posting it New Year's Eve, obviously, because I posted the Tomica video. But you will see that some cars from that video came from this mail call, so we are working backwards here. But it's okay. I planned for this. Did I? Kind of. So we're going to take a look at what Diecast Car Guru sent. Most of it I'm pretty aware of what he sent. Oh, good thing my blade didn't go all the way through. It's got some... Go back in the holder. Got some booklets here from Subaru. See, I try not to do that. I've gone through pretty easily. So, to add to the 2025 collection of booklets, we have the Subaru Ascent, which doesn't really change much for 2025. Where's the trim levels? I like how they display the trim levels here. It's the best way to show these booklets, at least briefly on camera. There we go. Oh, it's actually got like a little more than what the Foresters have. Well, I think, well, they all have 5, don't they? Yeah, but this has 6. Never mind. So yeah, it does have more than the Forester, but there still isn't a Wilderness Ascent yet. We got the Onyx Edition, which the Outback also has, but there isn't I would like to see a Wilderness Ascent. Maybe it might not work, who knows? And then what's quite sad here, Legacy 2025. This will be the final one. The final booklet for the Legacy, as it will not be returning for 2026. I didn't think it was supposed to return for 2025, but I guess it is. But 25 will be the last year. Got a limited... no, I think my dad got a premium. He got a premium in white. Kind of looks like that, but it definitely is not turbo. The XTs are quick, though. They're very quick. I wouldn't mind an XT. Though, the... what is it? The CVT wouldn't really... yeah, I wouldn't like it. Alright, let's see. We have some little... what do we call them? Keychains? The knickknacks? This is a nice Volvo one. I'm not sure what it's from. He'll have to tell me where it's from. Which car it's from. I don't know. I'm sure they're just dealer options and they're generic for all the Volvo models, but still pretty cool. Nice quality too. Speaking of quality, I mean, you can't get past Volvo with quality, but Porsche's pretty up there too. This is pretty cool. Love the engraving on there, the metal etch. And evidently, it's time to add an emblem to the Forester. The new Forester, that is. This is the badge of ownership for the Share a Love event. This was a limited edition one. They're all free, I believe. But this one was limited edition. You can only get it in December 2024. And there we go. So hopefully he kept one for himself. There it is on the new Forester. Put that in the corner here. Cover up some of the junk that I just throw in the corner. Into some models. Got a lot of different things going on here. 2025 Matchbox are in full swing. He helped me get some, I think, no, I think he just got me 2, if I remember. I don't know. Maybe there's 3. I don't remember. But this is the Lexus LC500. They've been easy to find. I found a couple too. I thought they were going to be much harder to find. Either way, I'm fine with it because I love the car. Casting, we'll see how it holds up. I will hold my opinions to the review. Based on photos, I feel like it's not the greatest, but it might look better in person. I'm not going to have any extreme opinions on that. Next up, we're going all over the board here. From the Jada Majorette merger, this is the Volkswagen T3. This is an amazing release, and very happy to add this one to the Volkswagen collection. Probably the best one to come from this line. I don't know how many of these sets they've done, but this has to be one of the best ones. Nice metallic orange with the white roof. Oh, love it. CCAs, I guess it's time for another CCA video because we've got a few of these in here. The Lexus ES300H. Jeez, first video of the year. But we got both colors of it, technically, of the Lexus ES300H. This is the premium version with accurate rim, well, kind of accurate rims, and more detail. And I think it has a metal base as well. This is the basic version, so it's got the plastic rims and a plastic base and less detail. It's still pretty cool. So there is a blue basic and there is a silver premium. I got the silver basic because the silver premiums are out of stock. I prefer the premiums, and I think if you're going to get one, get the premiums. I don't like that they do the same colors in basic and premium, because obviously Hot Wheels doesn't do that. If they do, it's a couple years apart. So, yeah, but either way, if one's out of stock, you get the other one to hold you over, which is kind of what I did. If the silver one for the basic comes back available, I will grab it. I don't have room to stack these up. I was going to start putting them in the back, but then they have a new basic model. I don't know if this is supposed to be a 2024 new model or a 2025 new model, but it's the Toyota A86 Torino, of course. It is a very under-detailed casting, or release, I should say. The casting looks nice, and the headlights actually pop up and down, which is a big surprise. They are plastic, though. But yeah, very under-detailed in terms of paint, but looks like a good casting, has potential, and if the premium releases look like that Lexus, I'm sure we're in for a good treat. If it gets a premium release. There's a bunch of Tomicas rolling around in here, so let's get to those next. These are all 2024 releases. This is the Mazda Eros Cosworth. Well, yeah, they're Cosmo is what I was thinking of, but that's not correct either. Yes, the Eros Cosmo was a thing, but this is the Roadster, or the Miata MX-5 in other markets. We're all over the place here. We have more Shinkansen GTRs, which I never posted that video. Now that I'm thinking of it, it might be a little dated now. Maybe I can go back through and do them now that I have these two to go along with it. And there's even more coming. Tesla Model 3. Yes, Tomica did a Tesla Model 3 and actually did two colors of the Tesla Model 3. This is the facelift for 2024, and it is awesome. I've driven one. Much better than any other Tesla in the lineup. I'm just going to say that. And here's the UD trucks to go along with it. I have no idea how to say the model name. I haven't for the past 5 years been able to say that. Queon, I want to say. But that just sounds weird. Moving on, let's find the other one here. Both colors of the Ford Mustang Fastback. This is the EcoBoost. This casting, I feel like, well, I'll save that for the review, which you guys have already saw. But the colors are throwbacks to the older Mustang casting, the previous one that they did in the Mainline, but they are flipped, so instead of the blue being the regular one, it is the first color. And alongside the Mustangs, there was the Hino Pocha. Pretty cool, I think. I don't know if these are electric or if they're hybrid or whatever. They look like something that'd be electric. But these are very common in Japan. The one problem with Tomica, of course, 1 to 100 scale. It's not completely accurate. I want a true 164 scale one for photo reasons. Maybe TLV will do it, since Tomica broke the barrier there. But we'll see. Then we got a long Tomica. I don't think I got any other ones this year. I like normally just the regular ones, but that's the other thing too. These aren't to scale either. This is the Subaru Sambar kitchen trailer. So this is the new generation Sambar, the current one. This is my first example of this casting, because the other ones have been pretty. I don't want to say boring, because a sunflower and a cake certainly isn't boring, but it's just why do we need that on the back of a car? There was a postal delivery version, but that was exclusive to one of the Power Rail sets, and I don't really have room for a whole train set laying around here. So this will do for now. Little kitchen car. Most of the other Sambars were food trucks anyway, so this will fit right in. And another big one. This is the Road Patrol 4-pack from Tomica, featuring the Isuzu Elf Bridge Inspection Truck, the Toyota Hiace Satellite Car. Yes, that's actually what they call the satellite car. It is like everything other than a car. The Toyota Hilux and the Subaru Forester, which all of these vehicles are actually used by the Nexco Highway Department. These are not licensed though. Tomica used to license them. They don't anymore, but here's a licensed one that you can actually buy on their website. It's a Toyota Prado. Not a Tomica. I don't know if there is a brand that makes it, but see, Nexco. This is the real livery. Of course, these ones don't have any of the logos on the side because apparently there's a licensing issue with Nexco. Tomica used to include stickers that you could put on them. Maybe these have it. I don't know. But that's just the older ones used to have stickers. Move those. And the final... Oh, no, there's a... Nissan Z. This thing looks awesome. This one looks good in the prototype promotional photos. So if it looks that good there, I'm got really good hopes for the actual model. And then we have the star of 2024. The greatest casting ever released by any brand this year. The Subaru Forester. I was like... I'll tell you. I know right where I was when these were revealed. And of course they're both A's too, because they are different. They are different. This one's a turbo. It's got the hood scoop. And here, wait, no. YouTube audience doesn't know this. I own one with the hood scoop. Yeah, that's a little different than my black one. Yes, I was sitting in my old one, my old car, before work. Just got there early, was scrolling through Instagram before going into work, and the prototype photo came up in my feed, and I knew right away it was a TLV, and I'm like, no way. And I've just been excited ever since. Here we have them. I already have a blue one here. It was damaged. One of the headlights had fallen off of it. It snapped back in there, but I got it for cheap, and I'm like, well, I'll do a custom on it, because Diecast Car Guru had already pre-ordered me on both of these, or had my name on the pre-order for both of them. So I'm like, well, I'll do a custom with this one. I haven't yet, obviously, because I don't know what to do. I have a lot of ideas that I want to use on it, and I know Tomica will do all of them eventually. It might take them 7 years, but they will go through all the colors. So I'm just waiting to see what their next two colors are, because I guarantee if I were to paint that right now, tomorrow they would show me the color that I just painted. So that's why I'm holding off, but we will do a proper review on these later. Super excited for that. And I'll probably film it after this video just so I can post it as like, here's the best car ever released of 2025. Moving on. The 2024 best diecast car. Moving on. What else? Got some cars in a baggie. We have this. This is a brand new diecast brand. Me and Diecast Car Guru suspect it to be similar to the JKM models. And at least it's listed similar and it's packaged similar. This is Mansti. That's your brand right there. Or, there's no N. Masadi. See, I just make stuff up for the first go around. Then I comprehend it. But yeah, this is the 2010 Toyota Hiace, pre-facelift 5th generation, with some sort of body kit on it. I don't know, looks funny, but it's a Hiace. It's true 1/64 scale. It's going in the diorama at some point. we'll definitely do a video on this. And hopefully I can get more colors of it. We have a couple customs here. So this might not look like a custom at first, but I remember him telling me about this, and I know exactly what he did. This is the Matchbox Cadillac CT5V. I think he used the purple version as a basis here, but it kind of looks blue, doesn't it? Yeah, look at that. Now the flakes look green. He utilized the Color Shift metallic paint, I think from Hobby Lobby. And I guess he lightly put a coat over this because the decals are still there. Or maybe it doesn't soak into the details. But either way, it gives it a different finish. And I wish he knew he was sending me this. I would have had the... oh, wait. No, I don't have it. I thought I still had one around here from the 9-pack, but it is downstairs in the sale pile. But yeah, I would have brought the other one out to compare it to because it certainly is different. I can tell it's different, but it just doesn't look different on camera. It just, you see it and you're like, whoa, that's just the regular one. No, it isn't. I know it's different. Next up here, we have a Renault Clio from Majorette. This is an awesome casting. Actually, a lot smaller than I thought. I mean, it's still pretty big. It's a little bigger than it should be, but it's a lot smaller than I expected. And this is, you know, one of the American releases. I'm sure you can get this in Europe too, but why would you? Because there's better releases. But this was his placeholder until he got one of those better releases, and he's looking out for one for me. But until then, I have this one, which actually isn't terrible. The purple window is a bit much. Purple interior is a bit much. I don't completely hate the stripes. They could be removed. And I actually don't hate the rims. It's just bad color combinations here. Renault Clio. But this is definitely the best one of the set because I saw the other ones and actually sold them for him. And yeah, they were terrible. This one was the best of the set. Next up here, one of my favorite Hot Wheels castings ever. I think I just, last year, instead of doing a, well, what's my top 5 favorite Hot Wheels castings, I said, no, the Pajero's my favorite, and the other ones don't matter. Is what I said to that. So here is a custom that he did, which is awesome. Now, hey, now I don't have to do a black one. I just need a silver one now. Love this cast. This casting is just so perfect, and it aggravates me because it's a Hot Wheel casting. And then I get mad at the other Hot Wheels castings because they aren't this perfect. Oh, I love it. And then he's got the red window banner, and the red mud flaps are awesome. He knows exactly how to work the Pajeros. Love it. Love it. Keep going with some of the loose models here. This is a very cool one. Classic Matchbox 8 dot. Come on. Jag. A classic Jag. Kind of eerie, though, that we're on the topic of Jaguar right after New Year's because Jaguar is, well, pretty much dead. Not really, but they aren't making a car for the 2025 model year. So, pretty close. But yeah, this is pretty cool. The XJ6, because I had no idea what it was. I can only tell you Japanese cars. But I do like all cars. And totally want an example of this for the Matchbox collection. Don't know why there's a hole in the back of it. But was this a keychain of some sort? Awesome. Jag. And another classic, but it isn't a Matchbox, and it isn't a Jag. This I know exactly what it is without looking at the base, and I know most people would. This is the Nissan 300ZX Z31. And this is from Majorette. This is a casting that's been on my radar for a while. And, well, I probably could have just bought one on eBay. They're not hard to find. It's just that I really don't want to buy one of them. Like, and pay like $10 for one. And between the price of the car and shipping. But yeah, the headlights actually pop up, which is awesome. There's no lever on the bottom, so you kind of just gotta lift up on them, which they made them long enough so that you could pull up on it with your fingernails. But yeah, this will make a fun custom. What am I gonna do with it? I don't know. Those taillights do not work at all, though. Disregard the taillights. Super cool. Nice casting of the Majorette days gone by. Hey, they still run large, actually. The Z is actually bigger than the Renault, so. Yeah, the loose cars I could keep in the background. Not gonna take up much room. Last loose one for now. I see there's more under there, but I gotta get some carded ones out of the way first. This is a quite harder to find Tomica, I believe. Most of my Tomica knowledge is like pre or post 1980. So this one just barely misses that cut. I haven't totally dived into the Tomica foreign era yet, which, if that sounds foreign to you, pretty much back in the 70s and maybe the early 80s. When was this? There's no copyright on the date, on the base, so I don't know when it came out. They separated foreign vehicles from Japanese vehicles. Now, of course, this sounds weird coming from me because, to me, Japanese vehicles are foreign. Technically foreign, or literally foreign, but figuratively not really, because I know them more than American vehicles. As I'm saying, because, of course, Japan, anything that isn't Japanese is foreign. So they had different series called Tomica Foreign. And stuff, if the foreign series was still around, stuff like the Model 3 and the Mustang would be part of it, but now they're just integrated into the mainline. On the basis of them, it will just have the normal, here, grab this X-Trail for reference, number 75. But back then, under the foreign series, F25. F standing for foreign, obviously. So there was distinction back then. Not so much anymore. Not sure why they killed it. Maybe it was too much for them to remember, but it did give a more variety of vehicles, because you do not see Renaults in, I think it's a Renault. I've been calling it the Renault it's a Renault Turbo. You don't see them in the lineup. There isn't a single one. Yeah, no, there isn't a single Renault in the entire Tomica lineup currently. No TLV. I don't think they ever did TLV. Renault. All the premium castings were discontinued, which was maybe one. There's a Renault Alpine coming next year, but you can't buy it yet, for Tomica Premium Unlimited. And yeah, they've done Renault Formula 1 cars, I believe, in the main line or foreign line, whichever one. They did the the Renault Megane in the main line, which I think was the most recent, and that was 2014 maybe. So yeah, super cool, very bouncy suspension. Total French car. This is, of course, the turbo, so it's homologation vehicle, right? And yeah, you also don't see very often from Tomica wider rear axles. That's something that's like exclusive to supercars now. But even some of those don't get it. Take a look at some carded stuff. We have 2025 Matchbox collectors. This is a Polizia BMW M5. I believe this is a German livery. Yeah, with the striping, there's a German livery, but we have yet to get one from Matchbox with the yellow stripes, just the blue and silver. So this gives it kind of more of a British look, but this is an amazing, this might be the best release of this casting, because we finally have premium wheels that look halfway decent, which these 5 spokes, and it's got full details all the way around. This is a great one. Not sure if it's got metal base treatment. Yeah, I thought there was a metal base for this casting. Maybe I'm thinking of the X5. Well, the X5, I know the X5 has it, but I don't know if the M5 did. It'd be cool if they brought some of those castings back with the metal, especially the X5, because we haven't seen that in a while. But yeah, this might be one of the best releases of the M5. Here we have the Honda N600 Off-Road, which again, gets the new wheels or newer wheels, or they're 2 years old now. Maybe a year old. Yeah, because they came out towards the end of 23. So we'll say they're a year old. So calling them new, I guess, it doesn't work. But they are still kind of new. They haven't been used that much. But yeah, full rally deco, which is great to see. I like that they're finally using the collector series right. And, you know, cars that need more details are getting them. Like rally cars, police vehicles. Instead of just doing a bunch of stupid graphics on a street vehicle that doesn't make any sense. And continuing with the collector's items, we have the Mercedes-Benz EQS, a vehicle I think is egregious in real life. But as a Matchbox casting, it looks really good. This is already like up there for top of the year, and the year just started. So EQS, terrible car in real life, but makes a good Matchbox. And of course, I don't judge best of the years based on real vehicles. My excitement's a factor. Am I totally excited for an EQS? No, I will never be, as a toy or as a real car. But if it's done good, it's done good. And oh, there's some stuff wrapped up in newspaper. I don't know what that is yet. Maybe I will once I open it. Let's move over to Auto World, because I haven't talked much about Auto World, and I have a ton of them to open up, and I just haven't. Like, I don't have a single example of the Caravan loose. I've just realized that. I had them in plan to film, but I never opened any of them. I have all, 4 of the previous releases still on card. So they've got to be opened up. They've got to be put in the collection. This one's going to join them, apparently. I don't have a permanent spot for the Auto World yet, though. That's probably why I've been delaying on this. And it looks like Auto World is starting to use some grainy decaling, which, yay, I couldn't get away from it from Hot Wheels. Matchbox doesn't seem to have used it. No, they did. On the collector's models, they did. They did. The disappointment went up there. Yeah, 1985 Dodge Caravan. I don't know how they're doing these still. Are these still the pre-facelifts? I don't remember. And I write regularly about those on my Instagram page for real cars. And of course we have the Toyota Supra. This is I think the first release of this casting, but it got mixed up with the safety car, so the safety car seems like the first release. But this looks a little better than the safety car. The safety car looked rushed. The decals are actually in line on this one. I feel like this one's going to be a little bit of a better release. The safety car was a cool concept, don't get me wrong. I just think that the execution blew up in their face. Here we have the Toyota Corolla. I believe it's Corolla. Yes, it's first gen Corolla, right? From the Japan Historics 4 set. Now I actually have 2 sets of this. One on card and one on the package. The Celica was the last one I needed. Or the Corolla was the last one I needed an extra of, because I only had one of them. So, finally got an extra. So now I got to find which one is better off being opened up. I totally needed another set on card, too. I know I'm trying not to take up all this space, but come on, that's just gorgeous. It's just gorgeous. And the Prince Skyline's awesome. I got to get that opened up soon, though, so I can do my post on the best castings of the year. Here you have the Volkswagen Samba bus from the final Boulevard release of 2025. This one is owned by Gabriel Iglesias, or also known as Fluffy. He is a comedian, and he has a big collection of these Samba buses. So this is one of his replicas, maybe his favorite. He's been on the Legends team for choosing the winner. He's been one of the judges. And it's about time that one of his buses becomes a Hot Wheels car. That's so exciting. And he just purchased Volkswagen might have gifted it to him, maybe. But he got the first ID Buzz in North America. Or I think just America. Because I think they're already in Canada. But he did get the first one sold in the United States, at least. So that's pretty cool. And it's the best color. So maybe Hot Wheels will do that one next because they already have the ID Buzz casting. This is a new casting. I may mention it isn't an existing casting with roof racks now. This is a new casting, and it is perfect. This is probably the best bus casting they have done to date. Love it. And we'll get the 2 loose vehicles that I can see. There's a good chance that whatever's in the newspaper wrap is something that I knew about or even ordered from him and just totally forgot about. But either way, it's still going to be a surprise. Here we have the Toyota Tundra. The Tacoma. I stalled myself and I still said Tundra. Brand new casting for 2025. Here it is on card. And this one is, of course, dyed. And he painted the roof black like a TRD, which, might I add, artwork shows a TRD. What they gave us isn't. This is an SR5. You can tell because the TRDs will not have the stupid air dam at the bottom here, which the artwork does not show. And the TRD also has the two-tone and the blacked out trim, which this one doesn't. It's got the gray trim. And it doesn't have a black roof. So Matchbox messed up again. They did that with the 4Runner too. 4Runner's different though because it's got the lift kit, so that made it worse. But he kind of made TRD, and they are available in orange, and they look amazing in orange. It's a little light to replicate that, but I love the idea, and it is still really good looking. The metallic still shows beautifully. Totally a very unique color. I love it. I might paint those trim pieces black though. The flares, yeah, they have to be black. I don't like the gray. And another amazing custom. This is the Volvo 240 from Matchbox. Just an exquisite casting. One of my favorites last year. I don't think it made my favorite. I don't remember what I chose as my favorite, but I don't think it was. It might have been the XC40. But this was definitely up there. It does look a little off. I don't know if the length was quite right on it, but either way, I mean, the details are on point, and I love it. And silver is a great color to choose for this. I'm sure this was pretty popular for them back in the day. Just fits the Volvo vibe. So yeah, 2 awesome customs. Put them front and center. Since I just showed the Tacoma, let's take a look at some other 2025 mainline models. Here's the Fisker Karma. Not even the Fisker Karma. The Karma Rivera. Which is this even still in production, or did Karma completely go under? I don't remember how that story went down. If it is, it's kind of sad because these had a lot of potential. Now, not that I've driven one or even really seen one driving. I've just seen them parked at shows. They're very good looking, and I think Karma had the potential to make an actual decent running vehicle. Though I've heard some mixed complaints about the Fisker Ocean. Which, is that even of the same brand? I know they're both using Fisker trademarks, or former Fisker trademarks. But, I don't know. Is this still Fisker? There's some confusion between that. Distinguish. But, here we have its competitor, the Tesla Model S. The boring old Tesla Model S self. This is, of course, a better one. The pre-facelifts were terrible, so this is definitely a better one. I love the blue. I like that they're actually both a blue. Pretty cool. Very different blues, and these are both from Mix 2 of 2024 already. The Tacoma here is from Mix 1, which I have everything else of and now can do the video. Oh yeah, and this is from Mix 1 as well, so I can put this with the Tacoma. This is the Ford Police Interceptor. This is the old casting, which they weren't really going to phase it out with the new one, but the new one would definitely be the more appropriate one to use now because this body style is out of service, almost out of service. I still see a few of them, but compared to the new ones have taken over. But nice to see. This is just a generic Matchbox County Police Interesting to see a police vehicle with colors that aren't blue. This almost looks like a emergency response vehicle, so pretty interesting release. Going back even farther, we started with Mix 2 of 25, then we went Mix 1. Now Mix 12 2024, here's the Ford Fiesta Mark II. Brand new casting to the mix, and it's already got a recolor in back-to-back mixes in Mix 1 2025. And here's the Tesla Model X from Mix 12 2024 on the special SpaceX packaging. The first time, I think, that there's been a Matchbox card taking place at night. I guess you can argue that, well, the lights are on here, so maybe it is nighttime. This is certainly nighttime, and that artwork just looks really good. I wish they all look like this. You know, and of course not with the SpaceX branding, but I wish they were all black with the city in the background. That is a very good-looking card, more so than the orange. And of course, looks more realistic than the orange. But yeah, here's your Tesla Model X SpaceX edition. This is the first livery Matchbox has done to a Tesla. All of them have been plain colors. So here you have the Lexus, the other LC500. We already took a look at those. Love that one. That's gonna be a top of the year probably. I don't want to say number one because I do have some concerns, but it might be up there. And here we have a Target exclusive Dodge Challenger Police, which this one also got technically a successor to in the Matchbox lineup, which debuted in Mix 2 of 2024 or 2025, which I already have ready to review. I don't know if I'm going to open that one on camera though, because probably already did the mix that one came from. We have a Corvette Stingray, which is a forgotten casting of 2024. Brand new casting of 2024, I should say. Released in the Walmart exclusive America Cruiser set. I think that's what they called it. I don't remember. They never put any names on here. Actually looks pretty good. I think the window sits a little tall, but otherwise I think it's a really good looking casting. And the other new release here, not a new casting, but new release, the Cadillac Eldorado in this lovely green. That is amazing color. Absolutely love it. And I think the Camaro was new too, but I passed on it because I have a ton of those Camaros. And here we have the Koenigsegg Jesko, which is from Mix 2 of 2024. No, it isn't. Maybe last year's version was. I think last year's version was, actually. This is Mix 12 of 2024. Koenigsegg Gemera. Turquoise with the gold rims. I think this is my favorite release so far. And now we have a massive drove of moving parts castings. These are a little harder for me to remember where they debuted. In what mixes, at least, I should say. I think there's 3 different mixes here. The Toyota Prius here. This is from Mix 7, which is currently in stores. Or maybe I have it backwards with Mix 8. No, because I think the distribution was backward. I think this is Mix 7. I don't know. Take this with a grain of salt. You can look it up yourself. I'm going to go through what I think is right. And then you'll know by the time the videos come out, because then I'll do proper research. But I think this is Mix 7. Toyota Prius Prime. This is the opening parts, or the opening doors. There is a mainline version that is completely solid, and that is part of Mix 2 of 2025. And I've heard it's better than this one, so we'll see how that goes. Debuting in the same mix as the Prius, and if I'm correct, it's Mix 7, the BMW iX. This is also a brand new casting. An awful car. This car is hideous in person. The door handles are stupid. I've sat in one. It's not anything special, and I couldn't get out of it because of the dumb door handles. But Matchbox did really good on this one, and this might be higher than I want to put it on my top of the year list, but that's what it's about. But we'll see where it falls. The Prius is 24 casting, so that will fall somewhere in the mix as well. And I don't completely remember. I think this is mix 7 as well. The Porsche Taycan GTS Sport Turismo. What? No, this isn't. This is a 2025. Wait a minute. Yes, this is a 2025. Wait. Hold on, I might the BMW and the BMW and the Prius are mix 4. Or jeez, now I'm really messed up. Definitely not mix 4. Those are mix 8. The Prius and the BMW are mix 8. This is mix 1 of 2025, the Porsche. And alongside the Porsche, we have the Alfa Romeo Stelvio, whatever. Hate it. I hate the car. Love the casting. Shouldn't say that. It's great Matchbox. Stop falling over. Great Matchbox casting of a terrible car, just like the iX. And I like the blue a little better than the red. That's all I can say about it until a review. The new casting for Mix 1 2025 is the Ford Mustang. And the new is up here now. So this is a 5.0, I believe. 5.0 casting. So you get the whole range. You got the base model from Tomica. You got the 5.0 from Matchbox. And then you've got the Dark Horse and the GTD from Hot Wheels, which is GTD sucks. So the casting sucks. Okay, yeah, so this is Mix 1 as well. The Jeep Grand Cherokee Mix 1 2025 with opening doors. I thought this was supposed to be a 24 casting, but I could be wrong. It sits pretty low. I don't know if I care for that, but we'll take a look at it out of the package. I've driven a handful of these Cherokees at work. They're pretty common vehicles and they get wrecked pretty often. And I've heard there's some issues with the door opening and chipping the paint on the front door, because this one of course has the opening rear doors, which I wouldn't be surprised because the real ones do that too. Going back to 2024, this is from Mix 8. This is a new casting. This is the Dodge Durango Police, featuring rubber tires, which is the big surprise here. Those are rubber tires. Those are the new premium tires. They really love Boone County, so nice to see that. This is the newer deco. This might be the first one of the new deco to get a Matchbox release. It's pretty similar to the older decos of like the GMC pickup truck they did, like the 50s. Then it went white, and now it's kind of back to the brown theme again with this like brown gold color. It's K9. This one's got the opening rear doors just like the Jeep. And it's funny because they are technically both the same car, so underneath at least they're the same car. So it's nice that the Matchbox castings are treated equally. Yeah, and the rest of these are Mix 8 as well. Wow, Mix 8 was completely new castings. Just realizing that. Mix 8 of 2024 was completely new castings. Here's the Mercedes-Benz G580 with EQ technology. This is the new electric G-Wagon, the one that can tank turn. And honestly, for an electric vehicle, I fully approve because of how much they kept the styling just like the old one. Like that's what we want. We don't want it to look like an electric car. We want it to look like the fun cars. And electric vehicles are still fun, don't get me wrong, but this is how you do an electric vehicle. Good job, Mercedes. Can't say that to BMW. Next up, we have the Triumph Spitfire, a very underrated casting this year. I haven't seen much posting about this, and I almost forgot it even existed. I won't now that I have it, or I might. But I think it's really good looking, and I'm so glad that they did an opening hood on this one. They could have easily done opening doors, but this one needed the hood. This one needed the hood. And finally, for Matchbox moving parts, this is the Chevy Cavalier ramp truck. Yeah. Might be surprising that there was a Cavalier pickup. Yes, it was a competitor to the Econoline pickup, and what was the Dodge called? The A100? Yes, the A100, because the D100 was the van. So yeah, and it has the opening ramp, which is on the other side, so you can't really see it. Amazing release. He included some rims in here. Not sure what they came from, but maybe I can find something to utilize them on. Kind of give like NK looking vibes, but the tires are too thick for that. They must have came off a truck or something. But let's see what's wrapped up in here, because I really have no idea. Oh, yes I do. Yes, I do know what these are. Sorry, I had a cut for a second. I didn't open them or anything. But definitely not a surprise for me. But they are super cool. And they will definitely be a surprise for you guys, because these are like the most unique things I've added to my collection this year. Take a look at this. Does anybody know what this is? Might be able to gauge that to Toyota. I'll give you a hint. This is a car that has never been done in 1/64 scale. Avalon. This is a Toyota Avalon, a very terribly done Toyota Avalon, at least in terms of color and decals. The taillights are up here. It looks like a Dodge Stealth. The actual taillight is supposed to be there. These are some strange AliExpress thing that Diecast Car Guru discovered, and I absolutely needed them, so I said, yeah, get me a set as well, and here they are. The strangest things I've ever seen. I don't know why they're branded on the rear bumper, but here we are. These are definitely going to get repainted. What am I going to do? I don't know. Wish they could be wheel swapped, because these wheels are kind of boring, but as you can see, they're a little bigger than 1/64, so they're going to have to stay on for now. They're screwed together, so you can take them apart without really hurting them. But yeah, this is super cool. Again, the most unique items that I've added this year. And I totally forgot about them. So it is a full Toyota sedan lineup. So if you can take any guess at what that might include, we'll get the other three out here and we'll take a look. This is a little more common. This is a Toyota Corolla. And these aren't like, here's a, what brand was this again? CTA? MSZ. MSZ Corolla. 1/48 scale, I believe, compared to, or it might even be a 132. No, it can't be a 132. It's got to be 148. Well, actually, it should probably say, if I was smart. No, it doesn't. Okay, so, yeah, 143. Okay, 143 scale, not 148. So these are close to, like, 150. They're not, like, 164 or anything, but they aren't massive. They are pullbacks. It almost looks like it's a copy of... Doesn't it? Wait, whoa, no, too far. Because, like, why does it have these nameplates here? And how they have the little cutout here. I don't know. I don't think that's really how the undershields look on these, so interesting. But it is smaller. It does have opening doors as well. They don't open really good. I probably won't open them after I paint them, but totally cool. Totally cool. The Avalon obviously is the highlight. Unfortunately, I started with that one because I can't see what ones they are. But there is one other one that is currently the only one in 1/64. Not as exciting, but here is the Toyota Camry in green, because yeah, why not? The taillights are way down here. Looks like a third generation Honda Stepwagon. Yeah, this is, of course, pre-facelift Camry. I'm sure these were developed before the facelift even came out. But at the same time, it doesn't look like they took very much time. But, well. Before I say that, there is some nice detailing on the front end here, at least in the casting. Not so much the actual paint details, but there's the Camry. And the last one here, this is currently the only 1/64 scale one, but there is one on the way from X-Car Toys. This is the Chinese spec Toyota Crown. Of course, with a different front end than the Japanese spec or anything like the Tomicas make. Tomica, they're not going to be comparable to this because it's a Japanese Crown. The rear end's going to be similar. It's called the D4ST. I wonder if that's part of the Crown branding in China. But I mean, this kind of almost looks like the Crown logo upside down. But this is supposed to be a foreign market Crown. Or not foreign, Chinese market Crown. And there's a big paint bubble on the roof here. Or is that the casting? Feels like metal. Because I can rub on that and it doesn't really go anywhere. Strange. Yeah, the paint's terrible on this though. Definitely stripping them down to do customs. And that is it. Should I put these up in the thumbnail? Maybe the Avalon. That is a wonderful mail call from Diecast Car Guru. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you all watched the Tomica video. That was an hour? Wow. See you all in the next one. Take care. Bye for now.